Absolutely, Sarah. And this is exactly what Israel says it has been working for, that they don't expect the Abraham Accords to just be these two countries, which were initially United Arab Emirates and then Bahrain, and then Morocco was dragged into it. So we can see it is a continuing process to try and see which other states they can get to try and normalize with Israel. But Saudi Arabia was always considered the big fish in the Middle East. It's a huge powerhouse in the Middle East, and it holds a lot of sway also with other Arab states. So Israel has long had this assumption that if they're able to normalize with Israel, and they can convince Saudi Arabia to normalize with them and to put the Palestinian issue on a bit of the back burner, to prioritize their needs first, they would expect other Arab states to follow Saudi Arabia's lead. But they believe they needed Saudi Arabia to agree to do this in order for that to happen. But we did see the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain, they did normalize with Israel, but it was believed to be with the approval of Saudi Arabia, that it gave their support, even if it wasn't something we directly heard from Saudi Arabia. They do believe that it wasn't something that would happen without Saudi Arabia. But we have seen efforts continuing between Saudi Arabia and Israel, at least under the table. And it really began under former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who really began to lead this charge and was even reported to go on a visit himself to Saudi Arabia. Since the new government has taken over and Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, they've said they want to continue this, and we are hearing this from Yair Lapid. But the main issue here, they do believe with Israel, it's always about trying to find the economic interest or some kind of goal to make it more incentivizing to join with Arab states, to get them to normalize with them. Because many of these Arab states, Saudi Arabia included, has said many times they won't normalize with Israel until the Palestinian issue is resolved, until there is an actual peace accord between the two nations. And this is why we've seen other Arab states be hesitant to do so. But we're also seeing the new picture, which is also Iran. And we're continuing to see this proxy battle playing out between Saudi Arabia and Iran throughout the Middle East in various conflicts, civil wars. Syria, Yemen is ongoing in Yemen. We can see this. Israel and Iran also have this proxy war. So again, is this new dynamic of, is the enemy of my enemy my friend? And what if my friend is also the enemy of my other enemy? So it's a complicated dynamic for Israel to try and walk this line, but also for Saudi Arabia to see. But if they are going to prioritize the economic interests of doing so, of getting trade between these two countries, we could maybe see some progress being made. And we know under Prince Mohammed that he seems to be a bit more lenient on this issue than his father was.
Thank you so much, Mary. Our diplomatic correspondent there, Mary McAuliffe, giving us all the latest details. Thank you.